A senior living community in Indio has been without water and power for days. People who live there say this is an ongoing issue and want something done about it. Our Kitty Alvarado looked into it and joins us live now from Riverdale Estates in Indio with an update for us. Kitty.
That's right. We do have a good news update. Just within the last hour, we got word that water and power are back on. But people who live here tell us that this is an ongoing issue. And this time it happened during a pandemic. They really hope that they can find a permanent solution before someone gets sick or worse. This retired sheriff's deputy is temporarily living at a motel. He doesn't want to be identified for fear of retaliation. He can barely get around and has a hard time breathing. He should be resting in his own home at the Riverdale Estates in Indio, where he's lived for 15 years.
We don't have electricity, no water for days.
Treehouse Communities, the company that runs the community, put them up at a motel. But he just bought groceries that he says went bad and can't afford to buy more.
Angry? I can't describe the word angry even more. Just overwhelmed, just bad. Just bad right now.
Some have stayed behind using generators or backup power, but Rita Sample, who's lived there 13 years, says that doesn't solve the water issue.
We have to go get the water out of the pool and carry it back here to flush our toilets with. And my back went out yesterday trying to reach in there to get the water.
This man, whose mom lives there, says it's bad enough when it happens every year, but doing this to seniors during a pandemic is beyond the pale.
She's having to go back and forth, to come back here, get clothes, what have you, go back to the hotel, come back, go back to the hotel. And with us being with the pandemic, it makes it a lot more stressful and dangerous if they happen to get sick. A lot of these elderly people have underlying conditions, and it may be deadly.
We reached out to the city of Indio. Councilmember Wayman Furman says he found out about the situation on Sunday.
When I've heard of the news, I was alarmed.
He says he and the city manager sent over staff from Water and Power to help.
They advised us that they had private contractors coming, so they turned us down. And so I want to continue to monitor the situation because it's very serious, and we have to find a long-term solution.
Those who live there say they just want to live their retirement years with dignity.
All of us work so hard all our lives. We come there to enjoy our life, whatever we have left. It's not that way. They don't care.
And we did reach out to the company that runs Riverdale. They have not gotten back to us. And also the Office of Supervisor Perez says they will address the immediate need of food delivery. They say they will provide food delivery from Fide Food Bank for the people who live here to address some of those people who lost their groceries. And also joining us is Councilman Wayman Furman. He stepped up to the plate immediately. He was coming home from work. I'll have him step over here. And you didn't hesitate to help. You tell us what you're doing here today.
Well, today I linked up with Mr. Kimo, the manager at Winco here in Indio, and we decided to serve some hot meals to the residents. Regardless of the situation, they still needed to get fed, so we were able to get 300 pieces of chicken, sides, bread, water, and for the residents to at least get them through tonight. I was able to speak to corporate, and they advised me that they do have power and water up and running. Nonetheless, there's still folks in hotels, so they can make sure everything is fine tonight. And so we want to help them tonight, and we also want to follow up. And I spoke with Supervisor Perez's office, and I also contacted Fine Food Bank, so we can make sure that folks are going to be taken care of after this. And not only that, but also with social services if there's those issues too that arise, being that we are in a pandemic and this is a senior community.
Yeah, and this has to be fixed permanently because people tell us they've just been putting a Band-Aid on this, and it happens every single year. And what's it going to take for someone to get help? Hopefully not someone dying in there.
Yeah, hopefully everything's taken care of in the future. I have heard the same thing. Yesterday, the city of Indio did come over to provide some assistance. Nonetheless, they do have contractors that were en route to take care of this. So it's going to be a conjoined effort. Nonetheless, we'll take care of it, and that's our goal here today.
Thank you. And I really liked what you said. You said that no one in Indio gets left behind.
No one in Indio gets left behind.
Thank you so
Alrighty.
much for your help and for responding immediately. And some good news and a leader that really takes action. He didn't hesitate. Live from Indio, Kitty Alvarado, back to you in the studio.